Welcome, nerds. Welcome to another Podcasting One Nerdy. You're with That Nerd ADC, Brand 2K, and today we have a very special guest with us. We got my
Super
sister.
special.
Very special. She's my sister. She's Pony Llama. How you doing, Pony?
Hey, guys.
And we're going to be discussing all the latest in nerd culture and having Pony give her viewpoint on it as well, which is going to be awesome, and get a new perspective up in this.
The feminine perspective, just in case y'all thought I was a misogynist from all the stuff I've been saying about the Marvels and everything else. There's a lady right over here.
I was going to say the only one with not a the only one without a dick here, but I'm pretty sure she has bigger balls than me. So
yeah, maybe a little bit.
And I'm willing to admit that. So
I'm not.
So what's blowing up our Twitter? So the first story we have is the guy who played Bullseye in the Daredevil series has mentioned that he might be returning. It seems like I don't know if you heard about this, Pony, but they're coming out with Daredevil Born Again. The Daredevil series, but under the Marvel umbrella. She's the first series was under Netflix, but now that Marvel has a hold of Daredevil again, they're rebooting the series, and Wilson apparently is going to be playing Bullseye again. I really liked the Netflix series. I thought it was really good. I don't know. I know we watched The Flash together, Pony, but I don't know if we watched Daredevil.
No, we didn't actually. But I'm kind of surprised that they're gonna come back with another season, because I read somewhere that I forget his name, the actor who actually plays Daredevil. Yes, thank you. He realized that people are considering him like rude and disrespectful because he's so used to, like, when he's in character not making eye contact. So like when he talks to people regularly now, he forgets to make eye contact and stuff because he's so like focused and he's so used to doing that he just doesn't anymore. And so he said that that's something that has like changed him from being, in the Daredevil series. So
I've heard that too, and I originally I heard that they were going to like totally Disneyfy it and totally Marvelify it, but I heard something recently that they're actually going to consider the Netflix stuff canon now.
Nice.
And if
that would be cool.
If that's true, that's interesting.
That would be really nice because I think one of the worst things they can do is like do the Disney Marvel thing, because it's like these series, they're supposed to have those dark, storylines and those arcs, and they're slowly like trying to make it nicer. Like the world's not nice. Like the whole point of these storylines is to be more relatable to like things that we have going on, and like that's what people can connect to, is like the different things, like SpiderMan losing his uncle, like, all of that. So like if they're gonna like tone it down or anything, they're gonna lose so many people.
I totally agree. And me and Brandon had this conversation on a previous podcast about Kingpin. Like I feel like the way they were taking Kingpin into this whole Disneyfied world, the villain, was like I wasn't game for it. I didn't like it. So I'm hoping it's true that they're gonna just lean on what happened with Netflix and just go from there. Because
you're not mentioning Echo.
What about it,
guys? What about it? It shows that harder side of Kingpin, just a little more violent, a little more edgy. I think with that release, and then how they're gonna do Deadpool kind of squeezed into everything, and the way I'm telling you guys right now, Echo made me so excited for the Daredevil Born Again, because it showed that they're willing to show the darker side of things. It's not,
I hope that's
don't
true.
Get me wrong. The Echo stuff it's not great. It's not like, but the main reason that is it's based in an ASL world where sound doesn't exist basically, and we end up having more of a visual thing, and they had to get pretty brutal to bring that across the screen. So I think with this, it kind of shows that visceral move towards the dark side again. And I really hope that's the case. But of course, we're in that wait and see mode until we get to see more and more come out. 2024 is going to be a real interesting year for Marvel, I think.
It will, for sure. Definitely be. I don't have much confidence, but
I don't don't know.
DC
The
fanboy.
multiverse. You all saw the Spider-Man multiverse, like the cartoon one, like the new one, right? So I think that the whole storyline with like having that one person who thought that everybody needs to have these moments where, you know, people die and like, you know, these horrible things happen to them in order to make them who they're supposed to be. I think that was kind of like me realizing that they're starting to like get back into what, you know, Marvel was supposed to be, you know, like not just the ooey gooey feeling like happily ever after crap, you know?
Yeah.
We're also like mid-phase movie-wise, and that's what a lot of people are forgetting as well. Is like we don't have an established movie MCU franchise going on right now. The past 2 years, nothing major has been going on. I mean, like Marvel's in between. Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of just wrapping up Guardians of the Galaxy and had nothing to do with the MCU. What If came out, but that has nothing to do with anything, literally. Like it's made to be that way. We just don't have any information on this new phase other than what we're kind of hoping.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we hope, that's one reason you got to be careful on these on these transitions is people will forget what you've done already. We forget that we had ooey gooey feely, but we also had comedy relief. We had some very dark moments with Infinity War and that whole thing. So, and it's been, oh man, are we on year 5 or 6 after?
I think it's been 6 years.
I think so, yeah.
So, and when's the last time Marvel dropped a movie that was even close to even getting to that point?
Been a while.
We're still technically 3 to 4 years out from like Secret War, Armor War, Kang Dynasty. All that stuff is still ways down the line. So
I gotta tell you, I can't wait for Kang Dynasty. I'm
it's even Kang Dynasty anymore. That's another whole thing in the kind of in that too. So
see, now you're scaring me.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
We've been talking about it. We just don't know what they're gonna do, and the only decision we know now is that Jonathan Majors is out.
See, I was about to argue with you. You said we hadn't have anything major in the MCU. I'm like, yeah, we had a major.
Yeah, a drop, a major like. I don't know how Disney let
Jonathan Majors, Major.
Like, how are you gonna cast somebody like that? So much money. They have so much money.
Everybody's gonna have opinions too. So like if they don't do casting the right way, they're looking at some flops because people are gonna get mad.
They're already mad about the series. What's gonna stop them from getting mad about the movies?
Yeah. Well, the series have like most of them have sucked. So like
I love Loki, don't get me wrong, but I had to force myself to get through it. It was like there was just some moments where it was like it wasn't grabbing my attention. I couldn't focus on it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it turned into not being like actual Loki, like the Loki we've come to know and love, like the mischievous little, you know? It was too much of the whole my feelings this and, you know, save them that, you know, that's not Loki. Come on. I mean, he has his moments, but I hate to say it, but yeah, I feel like that needed to happen. I'm a little bit nervous about this whole. I saw a trailer, and I don't know if it was a real teaser or if it was just like somebody making stuff up. I didn't do enough research on it because it kind of irritated me of like bringing Tony Stark back to life. And I'm just like, bro,
I think I know exactly.
You guys are literally taking one of the biggest. Yeah, it's one of the biggest heart-wrenching moments. Like I did the ugly cry. Like I was crying in the car when we were like leaving the theater. I was crying, and like Adrian kept messing with me all the time.
I did, but that's the thing. I want to put it past them, though. That's the thing. Like I would not put it past them to do that.
But I feel like the reason that they're going to try to do something like that is just because they're trying to get back all of the attention and all of the fans that they've lost along the way. You know,
and MCU does not honor deaths. They don't honor nothing. So
this ain't Supernatural.
Gamora.
I know you're. Gamora. I know you're not talking about honoring deaths and being a DC fanboy over there. I know you're not talking about what. Half of the best comics you guys have is Death of or anything.
I'm talking about the movies, bro. The movies.
What death didn't they honor besides Vision technically?
Gamora.
Well, I mean, you can say that they didn't honor it, but they kind of didn't if you think about it, because what happened with I forget what it's called now, with the Scarlet Witch, and she like recreated her whole reality, and like, they brought him back. So that sadness you felt of losing Vision was gone because you had this whole other series, like mini series of him being back at it, getting to live his life and like doing all of that. So even though you had that loss, they like stole from it. They took away that emotion you felt from it because, he actually did technically get to live a life, even if it wasn't
reality.
Yes, but still,
he technically didn't exist. All right. So when Thanos had the Reality Stone and created that whole scene for them to play out, when in Endgame, when he was collecting the stones, when he was there and did the whole scene, that's exactly what she was doing. And it's still
right,
but that they weren't solid objects; they were vapor. So,
right, but
the regular Vision's
I'm
gone.
speaking from
gone.
like, well, yeah, no, I know that, but like I'm speaking from like a viewer point of view. Like you get that closure, and I think the whole point of like these deaths is not to get that closure. That's what draws you in. That's what's like, how are they going to do this now that person is gone? Like, what's going to come next? And if you're giving these little mini series like happy-go-lucky endings, like even if it wasn't an ending, say it was like a prequel, like with Black Widow, I refused to watch it, even though I really love Black Widow and I want to see it because I've seen so many clips and it's so funny, and I would love to see that interaction, but I just don't want them to take away from how I felt in Endgame. And I feel like seeing her with that is gonna, it's gonna take it away. And I'm like, y'all stole enough from me when you killed her.
But that's the thing, though. But that visceral reaction you're having to them disrespecting the death, you'll go see what's going on with that.
I still haven't.
Eventually, you're gonna fold and be like, "Hey, I've watched everything else. I wonder what I was missing out on." That'll always be. You don't?
No, I won't. There's been a couple of series that me and Adrian have watched where they killed off a character that I loved, and I was done. I didn't watch the show anymore. I stopped. Like,
did you guys watch Game of Thrones?
I haven't watched
it. When did you stop watching Game of Thrones?
I didn't.
You didn't, so you finished it.
I watched it all the way. Yes.
You watched it all the way through. Who is your favorite character?
Daenerys.
Okay, so she survives the whole time.
Yeah.
Fair.
Emotional, damn it.
Fair.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite was Rob.
Till it's cool, just cool, into the mouth. Nice.
Oh no!
It's okay. I read the books.
I almost stopped watching it though when Jon Snow. I was like, "Fuck." Oh, sorry.
Start the counter. Start the counter.
I just said fudge.
We'll get it in post. It's okay.
Okay.
Adrian will get it in post. It's okay.
A little whoopsie.
Yes. Yeah.
No, do
but
do
like
I
literally
watch horn. Do a Night's Watch horn. That'd be perfect.
Yes, that would be great. No, I stopped watching it though for like 2 seasons, and then I was like, you know what? I'm missing everything that's happening to Daenerys and like her storyline. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go back. And then I saw that like what they did, and I was like, I just missed all of that for no reason.
But talk about disrespecting deaths. How much do they disrespect that death?
That's
because I
guarantee
you were screaming at the TV.
Yes, but it was so true to the novel that you can't really be upset.
Speaking of disrespecting, like you didn't let me mourn Glenn in Walking Dead, you and your supernatural fame. But
so the have you seen Supernatural?
I'm from Kansas. Of course I've seen Supernatural.
I am the biggest Supernatural nerd. You don't even know. Like I have everything. I even have the Monopoly Supernatural like board game. Like I have everything. And my car has decals, okay? Like I'm not even joking. Yes.
I was mourning and she's over here making fun. because of her show.
No, the show itself made fun though. That episode when he had the bat and he's like, Dad would have loved this. And I'm like, I send him the clip of that like randomly sometimes. Like
I was like, and I was like, too soon, because it was like pretty quickly after the episode aired. And
it's funny because the writers probably wrote that in to the beginning of the episode on purpose.
I know they did, and it's fine, but like, I was just like,
apparently it's not fine.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to the emotions of a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in The Walking Dead, Glenn is a character you follow for a while, and you really get invested into the Glenn character if you're a Walking Dead fan. And that scene was brutal. And the way they take him out, which I kind of knew. I read the comics. I knew it was going to happen. But seeing it on screen is another thing, right? Because they kind of tease you because they were not faithful to other things in the comics. So you're like, maybe Glenn has a chance here, right?
All of a sudden he says the bad again. Oh, wait, maybe he comes back. No, maybe, no, no, he's gone.
Exactly. So, and then like soon after, my sister here goes, look at this. I'm like, yeah.
Sorry guys, I got two very emotional fans, and then you got the sociopath. give me my facts, give me my brutality, and give me my source material so I can go back and check you.
I mean, looking back, it's clever. It was exactly like Supernatural's MO, and it was clever for them to do it, especially because of, Jeffrey D. Morgan being on both shows, and the whole, I get it, but it was just like, for a lot of fans, it's just like, let us have this, please. So another rumor is Sony is developing its first R-rated Spider-Man movie. This is interesting if true.
I will watch that.
Me too.
I will.
I would binge watch this. Get Zack Snyder to direct it, and we're good. I'm joking.
But the way that they rate things now is going to be really R-rated, or is it just going to be a couple extra F-bombs?
That's what I'm afraid for. It's gonna be Disney R-rated. It's gonna be very much.
It's red. Sony is making the flick, bro.
I'm saying
Sony is making the flick.
Yeah, I know, but
it's not Disney.
It's not Disney.
I know.
So what do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen?
So because of them sharing the Spider-Man rights, I honestly think that Kevin Feige is going to be in the ear of Sony because he's done it before. He'd be like, no, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, because eventually we want Spider-Man back, and we don't want you to
be smirching the good name of Peter Parker.
Exactly. I think there will be some meddling here.
What if it's not what we think it's going to be? What if it's finally the Spider-Man Deadpool mashup?
I would love to see it, honestly.
Like their friendship, like
they're more than
think
friends.
about it.
You love affair?
Peter Parker, yes. Yes.
Speak on it. Love affair.
But honestly, I would watch that. I would watch that so hard. It's my dream to see an actual movie with Deadpool and Spider-Man together. Like,
and Tom Holland has said in the past that he's open to that.
He's so tired of it, bro. He just wants to go off and make babies with Zendaya, and he can't.
I don't blame him.
I would.
But here's the thing. It's true. That will be Tom Holland's last film with Spider-Man. Mark my words.
What a way to go out. If they do it
I
right.
think I'm telling you right now, it'll jump to Miles. It'll jump to like.
You know what? I'm fine with that because Miles Morales. Oh yes. We need that storyline.
Characters. Fictional characters.
Come on. Miles Morales could have some really good storylines. That Dominican sass and I'm telling you.
A live action Miles I need to see before.
Yes, I agree with that. That would be amazing.
This would be the movie to drop him in.
It would be.
And then like Tom
You know,
gets like flipped off into a portal and doesn't come back ever again.
And then they can start this whole thing where like they're traveling the Spider-Verse looking for him.
Can we please get a good Gwen Stacy, guys? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Y'all cast some really pretty girls as Gwen Stacy, but can we please get a Spider-Verse Gwen? I don't care if it's Dove Cameron. Just get her on live action screen. Please. I'm sorry.
agree.
If you guys didn't know, I'm fully obsessed with Spider-Gwen. And that whole like,
you know what? No,
what?
I feel like whoever does it needs to have that dance background so that they can actually do justice to it, and then make them be able to play the drums. Like give them lessons, because like you got to do it right. If you're gonna do it right. You know.
Mhm.
And we need the Miles Gwen crossover love affair. I'm done with
Yes.
Peter Parker and MJ, Mary Jane, anything. Give me Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy.
I would end this R-rated movie with Peter and Deadpool going on their honeymoon.
And you see
It has to
Deadpool
be
like
Boca.
sneaking his little stuffed unicorn like in the. He's got to have it. He's got to have his little unicorn. It's got to be a thing.
Where are the chimichangas? I need chimichangas in Deadpool 3 right now.
We need a weapon that shoots hot chimichangas. We need that.
Fortnite. There you go.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Did several of those inside low kicks.
Exploding chimichangas, and they see the meat just go everywhere. Like,
No, instead of
make
a
me
rocket
hungry
trail,
now.
it's just the meat falling off.
Give me a second. I'm gonna order some Taco Bell. Just kidding. Just get hungry.
Taco Bell ain't got no chimichangas.
You know what? I live in a small town. All we got is Taco Bell. I'm just kidding.
I love how you keep saying small town, and I'm comparing
It's
it to
small.
where it used to be, like where I'm at. And I'm like, you're not in this town.
No, it's slightly bigger than where you're at. It's still
I
small
guarantee
though.
it.
There's no main street. It's like literally like a highway going through, and you just like travel up and down the frontage road. Like that's it. But we're getting a Target.
Whoa!
I know. I was shocked. We're getting a Target and a Chipotle.
Whoa!
I know.
Does that Target have a Starbucks in it?
No, but there's a Starbucks near my house.
It's not a true Target if there's no Starbucks.
I'm sure there will be. Yeah. It's right across the street from like Walmart too. So like they're right there. It's
Gang
really funny.
warfare. It's like,
Yeah. It's
So
actually
cut this.
right behind Osos.
oh,
That's where
awesome.
they're building it. Yeah.
Right behind my brothers. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Cut this out, but white women, it's no longer about getting their coffee from Starbucks, it's about getting their cups.
I'm keeping that in, actually. Ryan Gosling has talked to Marvel about playing the MCU's Nova.
I would
something to
watch
say
that.
real quick. I got one thing to say about Ryan Gosling. Congratulations on getting nominated for an Oscar for your portrayal of Ken. And I don't care what anybody says, Margot Robbie didn't deserve an Oscar nomination for her portrayal. But that is a short.
It
Everybody
will be.
complaining about the
I'm about to stomp
PCR.
you into a short. Okay. Do you have any idea what Barbie was about? It was about how hard it is to be a woman. So her acting, maybe she didn't, but the storyline definitely deserved a nomination.
Storyline's fine. The writing's fine. The way you win an Oscar is by your acting. The way
You know
get
what?
nominated is by your acting.
America Ferrera definitely deserved it though. She did really well in that movie. I loved her. I think that Ryan Gosling as Ken was probably one of the best things I've ever seen though.
Thank you.
Yes, but definitely
Thank
the
you.
storyline definitely needed.
I 100% agree. The storyline, like it was another Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which is funny because
No, it
America
was
Ferrera-
so much better because it was like things that women have been trying to say, mainstream like finally said it. You know, I love that part. The rest of it though, like her feet going flat. Okay, get over yourself, honey. Everybody's got flat feet.
See, there you go. Anyway, Nova.
Eh.
It could happen.
I'm not really looking forward to it.
I want more
That sounds
Nova
bad,
Corps stuff. I want more like Nova Corps stuff. I don't necessarily need it. I don't need a Nova. I would rather get a Nova Corps first, build it up, and then give me Nova.
I agree. I think that's what they need to do, but they don't really. I've noticed that Marvel hasn't been really listening to the fans as much as they probably should be.
Not for the movies, unfortunately.
I don't think we need Ryan Gosling in the MCU. We talked about this last podcast. I don't think we need Ryan Gosling.
I mean, it's an Oscar-nominated actor. They need some heavy hitters that actually know what they're doing. Not just for DC, you guys need long-standing people, just like we started. Because like Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man was a reach for a lot of people. They're like, we don't know if he can do it. We don't know if he can stay sober for it. All that stuff. Chris Evans, you mean the Human Torch, the pretty boy that doesn't know how to act, Captain America? Okay, boom, he kicks it and nails it, knocks it out of the park. He is Captain America. Everybody that they cast back, even Benedict Cumberbatch at the time, he was a decent sized star, but he was still not like a mainstream name when he was.
You know what
Doctor
though?
Strange.
I think the whole reason that they did that though was because like think of how Marvel got started, you know, so like they had to do it that way. But by doing it that way, they were able to bring people into a more established like public view. So like people who would normally get looked over for these big parts were able to like step into. So we got something new. You know, we're not getting these repeat actors, which I mean, no offense to them, they're great actors. Don't get me wrong, but once they do like an iconic role, like that's all you're going to see. Even when they're playing a different character, you're going to see these mannerisms that they had from like other characters. Like Ryan Gosling, I love him. Every movie that I see him in, all I can think of is The Notebook.
True.
I'm sorry.
Even The Place Beyond the Pines?
Yes, there's mannerisms that he does. Yeah, there's mannerisms. I'm telling you. And I think it's more the mannerisms that we have like normal in our personal lives that they bring into it. And you can't really get rid of your own personality. You know?
Gal Gadot will be that way with Wonder Woman.
I agree.
Like any movie she's in going forward, that's not Wonder Woman. It's Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So, or Henry Cavill to some extent. Henry Cavill to some extent too. Like he became Superman, you know.
I don't know. I can differentiate. I know. I loved him in. Well, it's not really a movie, but you know, The Witcher. That was that was so good. Like, but I think it helped that he was a fan. You know.
But he also did the Superman neck in that entire show. The Superman neck just
that had to have messed up something there.
I'm telling you. But on top of that, you have like, oh gosh, you have you're talking about Ryan Gosling. But here's the thing: name the one thing besides The Notebook, the rom-com situation. Throw it out the window because all the guys in the world have never watched it. I'm just kidding. But if you think about it, what is Ryan Gosling's besides Notebook? It's too old. Besides Notebook, what's his iconic role?
Just Ken that I can think of.
Just Ken. Nova could be that defining moment because the man's not done an action movie. Like the most action he's ever done was what was it? That movie he did with Steve Carell. That was like the most action I've ever seen him do, smacking him around. Like that was
I was gonna say I don't think that really counts.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, we don't see like. Go ahead.
My like fear then is like more. Can he do it?
Oscar nomination doesn't say he can act.
I mean, he can act in rom-coms, but can he act in an action film? Can he translate that over?
Ryan Gosling, we're throwing down the gauntlet, my guy. If these rumors are true, you might want to do this just to prove me right.
Prove me wrong.
Last episode, says we speculated a Ghost Rider as well.
That would be sick. That would be, I could see that because Ghost Rider does have those little romantic things, you know, in there in some of, you know, there's like moments. So I feel like that would be a good transitional piece for him.
It'd be a different way to do it because they haven't ever really pulled the whole angle of, you know, why he actually sold his soul, you know, stuff like that. So that'd be a really good, interesting angle. They touched it.
Yeah.
They barely touched it. And then Ghost Rider 2 wasn't his chick. And she fell in love with him. He was just kind of, I'm Nicolas Cage. Everybody loves me. That type. Like that's
Nick
Cage, I love you, man, but I saw you in a Superman cape. I can't ever respect you again. Have you not seen that?
No, I have. I just forgot
No,
it. You just said that.
Face. Look at Adrian's face.
I've seen it. I'm looking at you like, why you dare put
Superman's name in the same conversation as Nick Cage?
why you put that name in vain? Like Nicolas Cage.
Superman is trash. I will say it time and time again. He may be the quintessential person, but every superhero that was ever made before him, he is a carbon copy. Super strength, alien from another planet, that something automatically comes from the sun and makes him more powerful. That is the most basic white bread anything. And I've been to Smallville, Kansas. Congratulations. You literally are the Dorothy story, except the ruby slippers make you super strong.
If there was no Superman, if there was no Superman, there wouldn't be a lot of other superheroes. Just telling you.
If his name wasn't Superman, he'd still be Superman. Another guy would have came along with the exact same story, just not done the same way.
You don't know that. Moving on.
Indiana Jones.
He's like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, so we're going to change the subject.
What's a segue?
Oh, a good point.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm a professional. I've done this.
James Gunn confirms J.J. Abrams' Elseworlds Superman movie at DC Studios. So let's talk about Superman. So let's talk about Superman some more. But what I want to focus on is the J.J. Abrams part, which is the part that doesn't have me excited. I hate this guy. He ruins everything he touches.
I mean, it's already Superman, so how much worse can it get? It's no Flash. I'm sorry.
Don't make me come for you too. Don't make me come. He can run really fast. She hasn't seen the episode, has she? She needs to go back.
Oh no!
The only
Are you done
reason...
crying? Are you done crying? Let me get you a tissue.
He's gonna let me get you, aren't you, Adrian? The only reason Barry Allen's a superhero is to fix his own screw up. The only reason he exists is to fix what he breaks.
Speaking of breaking things, J.J. Abrams. What I was getting out there is, look at his run with Star Wars. Look at his run with Star Trek. Look at anything he touches. He does not how he does. This guy does not know how to finish a story at all.
Nope.
And if this is a one-off, okay, whatever. But there's nothing with J.J. Abrams' name on it intrigues me at all. He used to be in the running for Justice League Dark, Constantine, Swamp Thing, etc. To tell those stories, of those lineup of characters, and that kind of intrigued me just because his past work. I thought he could maybe do it, especially it was going to be a TV series, so I thought he could pull it off because it could be a limited run anyways. But when you give him something like this, you give him a movie that most likely is going to have other movies. Because you just don't tell one Superman story. You did one Superman movie. You're probably going to do at least two. Is my mind, because this is the way this Superman story is told. You spend a lot of the history speaking. You spend a lot of the first movie telling the boy from Kansas story, and it's then toward the end that you really get to the Superman stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not saying right or wrong, Brandon. I'm just saying that's how it's been done.
I want to ask how many directors got to direct 2 Superman movies?
Not many. What was it? What was his name? I was gonna say Bryan Singer, but he only did one. Somebody did 2. I don't remember who it was though.
Because I'm curious. I don't think there's been more than one.
I'm thinking like the older ones, like the one with
Brandon, whatever, yeah. Brendan Routh, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I feel like there was 2. I felt they were done by the same person. I could be wrong, but I think so.
Technically, Zack Snyder's the only one that's done one in the past. All of them. Back to Superman 78. Richard Lester did it. Superman 2 and 3.
That's what I was thinking of.
That's the only one that's been able to do more than one.
Mm-hmm. Just
except for Zack Snyder, but Zack Snyder don't count.
Yeah, Zack Snyder doesn't count for anything. But yeah, but no, J.J. Abrams. Pony, what do you like any of his movies? Have you seen the Star Trek movies or anything he's done?
I can't think of anything that he's done that I've actually liked. Like, I've watched it, yes, but did I enjoy it? Not enough to leave an impression. So not really excited about this. I feel like unless he has a really good crew behind him helping him like make it better and he actually listens, I don't see it going very well.
And the rumor is this is the Black Superman project with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh no, they're gonna ruin it.
I could take or leave this. Mostly leave it. Because I'm thinking, like I said, Star Trek, Star Wars, everything he's done. So he does not have a good track record at all. Brandon, it sounds like you're agreeing here.
I like a few of his films. They're not very rewatchable, but he gets the story across one time enough, I guess. I don't know. JJ for me is kind of like who you call in when you need a blockbuster hit.
I can see that.
He's not necessarily. I'm talking box office. I'm not talking like good stories. I'm talking about box office. He's kind of like the Michael Bay of the superhero world for me.
That's a good way to put it, for sure.
Yeah.
Like he gets paid and he puts out things that are entertaining. But as far as substance and growth, I don't see anything across multiple movies. If anything, I see a downgrade as he's done.
Yeah.
He has like a lot of critically acclaimed, like Rotten Tomatoes loves to give him 90 pluses. But again, guys, if you guys are real nerds, like we expect you to be here at your Nerd and Geek community here at Podcasting 1nerdy, you will know when there's a bastardization being done. And the reason you guys hate the sequel trilogy of Star Wars so much is because of J.J. Abrams and Disney.
Turn him in for child abuse because that's what he does his whole career. And as far as the movies go,
sells movie tickets though.
It does,
Russo
but I think,
brothers.
is it more because the fans are loyal to the franchise?
That is another thing. He tends to jump into franchises that have a just deep pocket fan bases. Even Mission Impossible, like he did Fallout, and he did Mission Impossible Fallout and Rogue Nation, which are some of the best, Mission Impossible. But that's also because they kind of sucked it up and didn't really tell a story and decided to make Tom Cruise jump out of windows again.
And he didn't have to finish the story. That's the thing.
Also, and that's the thing with it. It's always series with open ends.
Mm-hmm. Was Super him?
Yes.
That movie is probably
Super 8. Yes.
That's it's probably my favorite movie that he's done because I really dig that movie. But it was a low budget project, and I think he thrives on that. But this is Superman won't be a low budget project.
No.
Just like Star Trek and Star Wars is not. So yeah, I think he thrives in low budget sort of scenarios. That's why I said TV probably could do good. But speaking not low budget, there's no low budget stuff here, but video game corner. Brandon, what do we have today? I know one thing we need to talk about is there's a really big game coming out very, very soon.
Day before my birthday. We'll talk about that in just a second. If you guys haven't heard about Power World, it's time to jump on Twitch and take a look at Power World because in my opinion, Game Freak's coming for their heads real soon because this is basically a Pokemon game that's not a Pokemon game. Instead of Pokeballs, you have Pal catchers. and these characters are like straight off the screen. Yeah, it opens and shuts. It doesn't have a hinge on it like a Pokeball. But I just gave these 2-week Game Pass trials to go try it out. Hopefully I can get into it a little bit too. I have yet to play it, but I've watched hours and hours of it because it's kind of entertaining. Think like everything you like from various video games just kind of mashed together. Think Pokemon with like Stardew Valley and what's the other one everybody likes? Animal Crossing. And bring that together with a little bit of Minecraft and a little bit of like your survival horror stuff, because some of these animals do things. I saw a chicken, like a giant bulbous chicken. And like the guy came up and shot him a couple of times, and he turned around and he literally hyper beamed him like special beam cannon out the side of him. I was like, and he killed him. Like I was like, it's a
He
dangerous
one-shot him?
chicken. One shot.
What orifice did that come out of?
Beak in the face. Well, it wasn't quite the egg beam. I think it was a peck beam or something. I don't know. But like hyper beam, whatever it is.
Watching the little bit that I have of Power World has me excited for it too, because it kind of brings back a little bit of like the Digimon too. Like I could see a couple of the things like
I was
from
just thinking
Digimon,
that.
like and it definitely had a little bit of that element in there too, and it looked really exciting. But they really, I don't know what's going to happen there. I feel like there's going to be something coming in. They're going to have to redesign a lot of them, because I swear I saw Piplup in there.
Well, they look like rip-off Pokemon. They look like next-gen Pokemon, extremely, and their abilities are very much elemental based too. I don't see a lawsuit not coming in the future. Like it's got to be in the mail right now. I'm shocked.
We got to play it while we can, because I have a feeling it's not going to be around for long.
I 100% agree. I've already downloaded it. I'm ready to go.
You gonna be streaming that? You gonna be streaming it?
There might be a thing tonight. I thought about doing a little bit, kind of sneaking in there a little bit. We'll see.
A little
see
teaser.
If anybody else is on. Maybe. So another thing, I don't know if you guys are playing Mortal Kombat 1 still, but if you guys go follow Mortal Kombat Elite, actually, hold on, let me triple check this. It's our boy Jasper, and my goodness, I posted on my Instagram story. If you guys, follow the socials, you follow it on Instagram, you'd see it on Instagram. Basically, there was a Johnny Cage kick glitch now, where he's that far away from him on the screen, he still hits for the final hit. Mortal Kombat Elite is the page. I posted on my story. Make sure you guys follow all of our socials. We got DatNerdADC and XX Brandon 2KX, and then also we got Pony Llama. Make sure you follow the socials, because we're dropping stuff all the time for you guys to see. We reference things back. You guys can go back and see it. This I've literally seen. Everybody's back on the Brandon train, man. Everybody hates this game now because it's so buggy. They're not holding as many tournaments as they usually do. It's such a bad. They're still doing MK11 tournaments, though. For some reason, it's weird, man. It's like they fired like half their staff and things started going wrong. It's weird.
They pulled the Twitter.
And it's funny because
shout out to Elon.
But I would say that Mortal Kombat 1 is on the way of being a dead game once Tekken 8 drops. You heard it here. I can't talk today, but you've heard it here first, folks. Tekken 8 is gonna shred it. Like, how do you lose a Street Fighter Game of the Year? Like, how do you lose to Street Fighter for fighting Game of the Year? It's crazy. But to close out Video Game Corner, I've had the esteemed pleasure. I can't tell you extreme details, but your boy signed an NDA to get to test the Suicide Squad Alpha back when it came out, and the Suicide Squad closed beta. And I can tell you this: there's a lot to get excited about. There's a lot to get excited about. I would say this is a day one grab for anyone who is a Suicide Squad fan. If you're a team-based RPG fighter type, mash them, like slap them up. And if you're a DC fan, grab this game. it goes into some lore that you don't necessarily see all the time. It's literally Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. It drops February 2nd. I am having a birthday stream on February 3rd. I might play this game. We'll see. But I can tell you this, guys. It's reminiscent of the old 4-person co-ops where you have to do something in order for your other person to be able to do it. And then I will also tell you that this is leaps and bounds beyond Avengers, even in early stage testing. I think they saw the mishaps with Avengers and said, we're not going down that road, which is what every game should do. Should go back and see the games that are not doing it properly and figure out what people are saying and then do those things in your games. And you end up with a quality product. Cough, cough, EA. Cough, cough, Warner Brothers. But basically all you need to do is go on any platform. It's going to be Epic release. It's going to be a Steam release. It's going to be an Xbox Series X release. It's also going to be a PS5 release. I do not believe they are dropping it for current gen consoles. This might be one of the first games in 2024 that is not dropping for current gen consoles. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think so though. This is going to be PC level high grade. Mm-hmm. The engine looks sick though, guys. I'm telling you, the graphics are. And the costumes are sick. I'm talking a blend of like early Justice League, like early Justice League, like movie, because the costumes were say like the early like carbon fiber, like trying to figure out how to make himself as frictionless as possible. Flash, and then you have Green Lantern. I'm talking John Stewart, sick, nasty, crazy looking Green Lantern armor. Superman's in the game too. Don't get me wrong. They put I'm talking like the gilding, like where it holds on to his suit. It's all gilded up. It's very well done. They're also using the likenesses of the Suicide Squad movie. Like, it's a cross between that and Arkham. Think like Harley Quinn in Mortal Kombat type outfit is what I would say.
Yes, that's exciting.
And then with Killer Shark. I can say all this because it's already the trailer dropped, guys. That's like the main reason I can tell you likenesses and stuff. So make sure you guys watch the trailer too. King Shark looks ridiculous. He's got that mystic power to make himself float through the air and jump around and stuff. Like, it's great.
You know who voices King Shark, right?
Who?
Samoa Joe.
No way. I didn't realize that. Oh, that's cool.
It's a proper casting because that's kind of the body type they went for too. He very much is a burly man. He's not a fat boy. Then you have Boomerang. Boomerang looks more like art. Like he looks like he's straight out of Arkham. The hair, how he looks, and the way it's frayed. The suit, like the nice like tapered suit, looks like he's got like an Assassin's Creed like flowing cloak on and stuff. He's got a headband on, but he's got the Speed Force in his boomerang. So he can teleport and do all kinds of stuff with it. It's crazy. They went with the old school suit for Deadshot too.
I know you're going to ask that, Pony.
What'd you ask?
Does he have the unicorn, the little stuffed animal? Does he?
I didn't see it.
Oh, my whole world is ruined.
It could be something else. I played basically. As soon as like Waller assigns them, say, hey, this is what's going on, go figure out what's going on. I didn't even see I didn't get to an actual boss fight. I got a bunch of mini boss fights and then a bunch of objectives. They had us like go through and do the whole tutorial and thing like that. It was very cool. Thank you so much, Rocksteady, for picking me for that. I hope I did you guys justice by saying anything. By the way, not paid advertisement. This was straight out of the kindness of their heart, dropped it in my lap. So make sure you guys check it out. At least look at the trailer. Like if anything, definitely go look at the trailer on YouTube. It is high quality. High quality.
I'm excited. I can't wait to play it.
It's gonna be a good time.
I'm excited too. Like I'm for sure gonna have to hop on the stream and play that.
The story is fresh. The story is fresh. If we all get it, all three of us can play at the same time. We need a fourth.
Yes. I think I can come up with a fourth for us.
There you go.
Can I be Harley Quinn?
No,
Okay, just checking.
I'm like the token girl. You can't take that from me.
You're Deadshot. I'm King Shark, and whatever Joker can be the teleporter guy.
The teleporter guy.
It's what he ends up being, unfortunately. You'll see. Like, hold on a boomerang.
So we do have a couple of wrestling news things to end the night real quick.
Big stuff.
Yeah, pretty big stuff. So Netflix will be the new home of WWE Raw starting in 2025.
Did you see how much the contract was for?
Like $5 billion, right?
Oh my
Billion with a-
gosh.
Yeah. So in 2025, Netflix will have Raw. Raw will be the home. You know how crazy that is?
That's nuts.
What does that mean for Peacock? Which the WWE Network got folded into?
Ooh. I think we should all just say goodbye to Peacock.
No. I think there's got to be some kind of deal where they're still getting all the pay-per-views. I think that there was something, the deal wasn't big enough and they came to the table and something bad happened. I think Peacock blew it on this one.
I think eventually that we'll hear that they don't only have Raw, they have SmackDown.
I think SmackDown will end up on a different service. If they were able to sell just their one product for $5 billion for 10 years to Netflix, they're going to find somebody with a blue logo. And you know who I'm thinking of?
Talking about Max?
Amazon.
Amazon would be good too.
Yeah.
Amazon grabbing SmackDown would be a big thing because then they'd have Thursday Night Football and then Friday Night SmackDown. That'd be crazy for them. That'd be huge. Pay-per-views, I don't know. Pay-per-views might just get pulled completely because like with Triller and like sites like Triller and Fight, fighting for all the lower tier. No, I'm not going to say lower tier. What's a better word for that? Not less fortunate. I'm trying to think of a good word that would be that would describe, because the lower tier is not the case. The different wrestling promotions.
Yeah, the alternative wrestling fan.
The alternative. There you go. Because I'm sorry, again, WWE, as far as it goes, they're really good storytellers, which is why they're going to Netflix. They're really good storytellers. Not as much wrestling happening as much.
And they said, I've read a couple of comments from like Nick Khan and stuff like that, and they say that they're gonna, this is a live model. So Netflix is getting into live programming with this.
I bet you they end up getting recordings of it too. You can go back and watch them. I bet you. That's why they raise their prices. If you sit there and think about it, everything, like, if it's going to be like that, we're going to end up paying $40-$50 at some point for one of these streaming services.
It's ridiculous.
I'm already paying almost that much for Netflix.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see where Netflix goes with this though. Cause do you think they're going to have any kind of like power on like production and stuff? Like maybe.
Absolutely not. No way.
Dang. That would have been cool.
The one thing, I mean, now that Vince is gone, anything can happen. I would say anything could definitely happen, but
they're gonna have like Netflix original series in front of Raw.
Yes. or like a behind the scenes of Raw or something like that. Like they'll pull some backlog that way. I just don't like the way the company's set up, Endeavor and TKO. There's too much of a buffer for anything like a service to jump in and like have any kind of control. Which leads us into another thing that we're talking about today. The Rock got appointed to the board of directors for TKO and granted full ownership of his copyright. They're paying him $30 million and giving him the full ownership of that.
Yeah.
I never thought we would see the day that he would get full ownership of that.
Oh, yeah, no, the same deal they did with Hulk, bro. It just took a lot longer.
But that's kind of why I was like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like, it's kind of shocking to me.
I never saw the day that Dwayne Johnson is as close as he can get to owning the WWE that he's ever going to get, and it's pretty dang close. I never saw the day that The Rock would basically be the owner of the WWE.
I mean, he's accomplished so much, so I'm really not that surprised. But to be honest, I would have thought somebody else would have probably like stepped. Like John Cena was definitely trying to get that. You know that. I mean, he
ain't
definitely
got the swag for it though. You got to think
for
about
sure,
this.
no.
He's a company man. Like that's the one thing. Like you don't promote somebody like that. If he's been his whole life doing everything anybody's ever asked of him. Those are the kind of people that continue being the people who do what's asked of them.
But Pony's right, like because of the fact that because of that, like he was trying to be the guy.
Like not saying that they were going to ever allow that, but like I feel like he was working towards it. Like he wanted that. He
was always a step behind. If you think about it, he's always a step like when you think of WWE, yeah, everybody loves John Cena, the clean cut and everything like that. But the first person you think of when you think WWE is The Rock.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then it goes Stone Cold, The Undertaker, you know what I mean? But the first person you think of when you hear of WWE is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Always has been.
Always has been, always will be, because he's still like
he can leave for like almost 10 years, come back and still blow the roof off the place and still sell all the time.
Yeah. And he set that up in his career, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. Been doing that how like he set that up. You want to talk about the longest work in history of WWE? It's The Rock's finally. He's got the top 5 record for all 5 of those.
Yeah.
Just outrageous.
A close second is what? Stone Cold. What?
Yeah.
but no, The Rock, this is good for the WWE.
I think so too.
And this is definitely good for The Rock. The Rock, he has the XFL. He has
it's something else now because he just merged USFL and XFL.
Exactly.
It's UFL now, I think.
And he has his liquor. He has all these he has all these brands, and he's set. He's set.
He's not even stopping either. He just keeps going. Like something new is about to come out again. There's always something new that he's gonna be president in like 30 years.
I could see him becoming president.
4 to 16 tops. That man be president while my kids are in high school, I think.
No, if he ran, he could win.
Oh, he could
sure.
definitely.
Write-in.
Oh yeah.
He had 40,000 write-in votes.
Yeah. Last
election. Like it's insane. I wrote him in.
I don't doubt it.
I really did. Because I didn't want not to turn this thing political, but I didn't want either of those jokers to be in the office. I wanted something different. I almost wrote myself in, but I feel like that was even more of a waste of a vote. They got all things up on the screen, and then you got Brandon one.
The Rock with John Cena as vice president or something.
No, Stone Cold, and they fight in the Oval Office. The Oval Office turns into a squared circle, and they
break the desk.
Exactly. Like this is Joe Biden's desk. What?
Throw the chair.
Rock has come back.
Hornswoggle is vice president. There we go. Hornswoggle. That's who we need.
Oh my gosh! Yes. Hornswoggle's gonna. That desk? I forget what it's called. That has the cabinet door. Hornswoggle can crawl out of the.
He'd have a button that let that happen. It'd be locked any other time. He's got a whole man cave. It had the stairs down. You push a button. He comes running up the stairs.
It would be a whole new. He could be what is it called? The underwriter to the president.
He'd be in the cabinet. No, he'd be in the cabinet. Oh gosh. Literally.
Oh my gosh. There'd be a little tiny doorbell with his entrance music.
We're gonna get canceled. Little people, we get you. We love you.
Swoggle's classic.
No. The only thing classic about him is saying, "Hey, Peter Dinklage is not king of the dwarfs."
He did say that.
I was like, "No."
You know what though?
Swore.
I gotta say, all the years that I've been watching wrestling, Hornswoggle was always the best. The best little things that they would do. When him and Mark Henry, I can't get over that.
Every time he would come on screen, he would make you smile. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And unless you watched
he
him
was good
on
at what he
screen,
did.
unless you watched him as Leprechaun, and then you wouldn't be smiling. You'd be like, "Wow, the mighty hath fallen." But
Oh,
going on to this Rock news, another cool thing about it,
The bloodline continues.
yeah. So the new NXT GM was announced.
Youngest
Ava.
GM ever.
Yep, and it's Ava Raine, who is The
no
Rock's
way.
daughter.
I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah.
know. That's pretty good.
It's insane.
That whole family is just so talented when it comes to wrestling. I mean,
All the way
their
up
whole
to Peter
bloodline.
Maivia. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they were born for this. Like their entire family is just they were born for this.
And they all played football. What's crazy is how many of them had enough to get to the NFL and then ended up in the WWE too. Like, it's just nuts.
Like they
It's
just
crazy.
knew.
Just wildness. Marry the right people. Have babies with the right people. It can happen to you too, peeps. You never
There's
know
this
what kind of bloodline you start.
There's this TikTok going around. I think it's on Ava Raine's TikTok of her training in the ring, and the Rock's there, and he goes, he's I guess he didn't want to step on Ava Raine's toes because he goes, "Is it okay if I show you something?" Like he was like asking for permission to get into the ring and help his daughter. He's like, "Is it okay if I show you something? Is that okay?" And Ava's like, "Yeah, that's fine." And he's like, "No, is it okay?" So he was like timid about it because he didn't want to step on her shine.
Dude, go watch The Rock's anything to do with his kids. He is the quintessential parent. He's the bomb. Like, I hope I'm as good a parent as he is. Like, that's something to strive towards. The man not only loves his family in general, but it's just a respect thing across. Like, hey, I respect what you're trying to do and try to make your own name. And she's doing it the right way. And that's how all of them did it. Like, none of them were walked in and said, "Hey, I'm The Rock's cousin. I'm the best there ever was." Oh, no, none of them. No, they came in and put boot to mat and did it the right way.
For sure.
I mean, I respect what you're saying, but dang, that was a dig at Natty.
It's the truth, though.
I know. I agree. I
I'm
wish
glad
she
you
had
caught
never that whole no, because I love Natty. I do. She works hard. I mean, she might not be the best there ever. Yeah, but she's actually helped so many female wrestlers.
Sure.
That's true.
With all of their technical wrestling and everything to make them better, which in the end ended up making as a whole all of them so much better. The quality of female matches has just gone up.
People say that about Charlotte Flair too.
Uh,
As far as the whole nepotism argument.
I don't
She's
know.
better than Trinity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's levels of this, and at least she knows that she's got to at least try to wrestle. Trinity's like, "Hey, you know what? You all pay me all this money. Let's get hurt. Let's hurt some people. Let's go." Trinity's the Bill Goldberg of women's wrestling.
Yeah, Naomi.
Oh man,
Naomi.
I hate that. That's so accurate because I do love her character. I do. I love her character so much.
Oh, her character is great. In ring is buns.
Yeah.
You got the glow, then you got the no.
That's so bad.
It's so bad.
No, yeah.
Like that last match, the last match we watched with Mickey James, the last one we watched with Jordan Gray, like that. I'm really glad that Jordan was the wrestler, the physical specimen she was, or else she could have got really hurt in that match.
She's
No,
Trinity is very Naomi Trinity. She's very sloppy, very very sloppy.
Maybe if she practiced more.
I don't think she thinks she needs to. That's the thing.
Yes. I mean, just because you marry into a really good family doesn't mean you have to stop practicing. I hate that I said that, but
You're right.
I'm not hating. I do love her character, I do. But in a sport like wrestling, you got to be on your game or you're gonna fall behind.
Yep. Got to put in the work. And if you don't put in the work, you can't pay the bills.
Nice segue. Maybe we got one more, man.
I almost did it. I almost did it again.
But our last story of the night is WWE 2K24 has been revealed. They put out their little teaser about it. So on your standard one, Cody Rhodes is on the cover. Boy, Cody Rhodes. Yep. So he's on the cover of the standard one. And on the deluxe, it's the first time 2 women have been on the cover. And the first time a woman of color has been on the cover of a game. So of the series. So on the deluxe, you have Bianca Belair and I believe Becky Lynch. Who's the other one?
Come on.
Who's the other one?
Come on. Who's the current champ?
Gross. No, I'm good.
I forgot he hates her. How you gonna hate on mommy like that?
Rhea Ripley, yeah. So you got Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley on the deluxe. Sure. So
you just mad because Dom's in there. That's all. That's all. And you.
So I will not be buying the deluxe out of spite.
Make your own cover art. Slide it in there, and you'll be fine.
I will slide it.
Yeah, just ask GameStop.
You can't say stuff like that with your sister on here, bro.
And you said anything before I did. Dang. There's a reason the logo's a dog.
To Bianca Belair, by the way, is who I was speaking to. Don't come at me, Montez Ford. But no, I don't know if I'm even buying this game. And here's why. They kind of done me dirty too many times now. I've known this for a while, but I'm giving them a chance to fix it. The fact that it's the same game, just with an updated roster. And maybe slightly better graphics if we're on a next-gen console. But the overall game is the same and has been the same forever.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I have fond memories of playing these games with my sister, with Pony. Fond memories of playing these games. But is it worth $60+ just for an updated roster? I have 2K23. And I'm pretty content with it. Because I can download or create them myself, the characters that are not in the game, through community creations. Mm-hmm. Through the Creator Wrestler system. I don't need to pay $60 to get the wrestlers out who have been fired and bring the wrestlers in who have been hired. And I think they kind of know people are catching on to this because they try to put emphasis on the story mode. They try to put emphasis on bringing back My GM, which, by the way, I fell in love with the fact that they brought it back. I love it in 2K23, but I have it on 2K23. They don't have that selling point for me anymore. I got it now. So how are you going to convince somebody to pay $60 for basically the same game? And 2K's guilty of this across the board. It's not just wrestling games. In any game they do, it's basically the same game. And Brandon, I see you nodding your head, so I think you agree. How do you sell this to me?
By putting it on the shelf. It doesn't cost them $70 to make the game per person. It doesn't cost them $50 to make it per thing. They price it that high so they can drop the price down to make it look like it's reasonable enough for you to buy it at $40, $30, maybe even $25.
I'm going to throw a little shade. I'm going to throw a little shade here, and I'm going to say I think the only thing that's probably going to be different than all of the other ones, whatever new glitches happen. Because every single time.
That's fair.
Every single time. Every time. Mm-hmm. And it takes them forever to get that update so that they'll fix it, they'll patch everything. And it's how are you supposed to be excited to play? Okay, the story mode. Maybe the story mode is great. Maybe it is something new and fresh and something we haven't experienced yet. what about the glitches? That's, I'm waiting for all those TikToks.
And like the bare minimum, like the most simple glitches too, like the ones that are just like, there's no reason why, like when Triple H or whoever's like walking down, old school Triple H is walking down the aisle, that the hair should be glitching, or that a title belt should be going through the body and things like that. Like we're so far ahead of our time now that these things should not be things.
Yeah, it's just sloppy. It's sloppy and it's quick, and they're just trying to get the game out there to make money. Like these things shouldn't be overlooked.
No, personally, I think they should stop a while ago. But what they should do is just build on top of an existing game. Just continue putting out, packs. So if you want to download new wrestlers, you can for $9.99 or whatever it is, and just continue building off 2K23, and just every year, we're releasing these 4 packs this year that are going to include whoever, Ava Rain and whatever, right? Like, just do it. To me, just do it that way. I know why they don't. I know why they don't, but
tell us why.
It's money.
But they could still be making money off these packs. I mean, it may not be the same.
Much.
Yeah.
Because
you
still
get
buy
more
the packs
loyalty.
that they do for the Ultimate Team and stuff. Like their My Team platform.
Oh,
they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Like Mortal Kombat knew exactly what they're doing, charging $10 for a fatality. Like I remember when it used to be impossible to do them, and like it was cool that you knew how to do them because you have to memorize them or write them down on your hand and punch it in real quick on the arcade, like
and not miss the button.
Not miss a button or hit or direction. Make sure you hit the down and the left button at the exact same time, because if you don't, it's going to end up doing something completely wrong. These games, I agree, Adrian. If the world was a simple place that wasn't money hungry, grubbing everything, squeezing every dollar, and it's not going down to the people who are actually putting the work into the game, it's going to the CEOs that run the companies, and that's the main reason.
Let me just throw something out there though. I still love Sims. Every pack they get, like I'm wanting to buy it. $20, I don't care. I'm gonna get it because you know what? I want that new storyline. I want that new
pack,
different objectives. Yeah. And
I stopped working on those 2 years ago. By the way, those are all being released. Those are 2-year backlog.
Oh.
No, they're still technically making things, but everything you're getting is stuff they've had on the shelf for 2 years, and they have on a release schedule that says, okay, our stock dips in December or our stock dips in November. Let's release the Thanksgiving pack. Or, hey, our characters can't have kids. Let's go ahead and hold off on that feature and let them just make everything else except that. And then we'll drop that later for $59.95.
But it still works. I'm still spending money on it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why GTA 5 and GTA 6 are having such a long time of a gap between. Because
that makes me so mad.
The RP servers alone, people are paying Rockstar to port their game through 5M, which they're paying again on top of, to be able to have their own RP servers. And then T Grizzly charges like a monthly fee for his gangster RP simulator or whatever. And then all these it's literally this whole stinking world's a pyramid scheme, guys, and it all rolls downhill.
It really
the
does.
The product rolls downhill and the money goes up.
I'm not ashamed to say I'm a Sims person. I play the crap out of Sims 4.
I love Sims 4 so much.
And,
they all have crazy names.
And I agree what you're saying, Pony, as far as these packs. I eventually I said, no more. I'm not doing it anymore. But I still play with the packs I have, and I love that game. Yeah. But I was telling Brandon a few streams ago or offline, I don't remember, about how I'm really interested in, speaking of Sims, what the future looks like for them. Because you have all these next-gen engines and next-gen developers coming out with games that can very much rival Sims. So you have Life by You and all these other concepts that are coming out and are more gritty and more mature or more lifelike. As far
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what does that do to the Sims ecosystem, right? How many of those people cross over to these other games? I'm really interested to see in the next 5-10 years what happens with that, because I think Sims 5 is set to come out in like 6 years or something like that. So what does that look like?
I'm excited to see it, though. I mean, who knows? They have so many new developments coming out all the time with like everything, with technology, all the different types of ways that you can play the different types of games. Like, you're able to see what's popular. And I mean, like Brandon was saying, if you just take, or was, I don't know, one of you two said it. My ADHD is bad right now.
We all look alike, right? Nice.
Right.
Oh, that's messed up. You have no beard. His beard is glorious. You're welcome. Anyway, but yeah, like taking what works and translating that into their game. I think that would make it so much better. Not saying that it's not good now, because I love it. That's my relaxation game. Like, I don't want to be on Discord. I don't want to like talk to people. I just want to, curl up in my bed with my freaking laptop and just sit there,
Mm-hmm. It's an escape.
Do you like what do you think? Would you play a Sims VR game? Both of you guys?
I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
You would live a life. Like live the life on the goggles.
I think that'd be a cool concept. I think it'd be awesome. Pretty cool.
I think if I did that, my character would have to be very, very mischievous.
Here's the thing.
You see Pony walking around the house doing her own shit. Like she's walking around the house is like picking up. Like...
Yeah, no, watch. Your house is gonna be filthy, but your Sims house is gonna be clean as all get out. There won't be a thing out of place. You'll have all the appliances you need. You'll have
hidden doors.
You'll make tamales in Sims and be like, hey, somebody comes over the house. Hey, I saw you making tamales. Want to do it in real life? No. It takes too long. I can push a button in advance of time and don't have to worry about it. So you have to wait for it to bake. I push fast forward, which they'll charge you for $1.99 a fast forward. So you can fast forward to get to the end of things.
I need the Sims cheat in real life. Can I get the motherload button, please? Just real quick, You don't like your job? You don't like your career? Okay, cool. I'm not a painter anymore. I'm going to go be a spy.
And then instead of them just going to work and not seeing what they do, you actually get to go on the missions and stuff.
That would be so cool. Oh, I would love that. Yes.
We kind of have that now in a way.
GTA kind of does it.
Well, even Sims, because you have those rabbit hole careers, right, Pony? And the Sims, you have those rabbit hole careers where you actually, since they brought up the get to work pack, that you go to work with your Sim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of have that now. It's very much like redundant, but like.
No, not gonna lie, I 100% bought the knitting pack.
Of course you did.
How much was it?
I don't know. I'm a girl. We don't look at prices. We just buy what we want.
Girl math. 150%. Absolutely. Absolutely.
My Sims makes money off of what she sells. So, hey.
You mean she makes simoleons? Makes simoleons?
Yeah. And then when I run out, I just download more. Just kidding.
I'm waiting for them to introduce the Sims credit card.
Oh, that would be sick. Yeah. Do you think it'll have tap and go?
And instead of Apple Pay, it'll be S Pay?
Yes. Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. I would love that.
Can you even go to the store with your Sim yet?
I don't think so. No.
Imagine if you just set up like a little town. Like, you know how everybody has that dream of moving in with your friends? Mm-hmm. Like having like a homestead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine doing it in Sims.
Like co-op,
Like a co-op, yes.
You're talking about VR. Like, how pissed off would you be? It was like, oh, Cash App you. Dude, you sent me some millions. Like,
that's what I meant. What do you mean? What do you think I meant? I didn't mean actual money.
It's like all those kids are like, will you buy me a cookie at lunch? Yeah, give me some Robux. You know what? That's going to happen. I can see that. If a game gets popular enough, people are going to start doing that. They're going to trade real life things for in-game things.
You know how many shit takes I could buy with that many Samoans? Like,
dang, yes.
That was a shit take right there.
Speaking of shit takes, we need to get on some of the Sons of the Forest.
yes, we do.
I've been at work for 3 days. I need me some gaming relaxation.
Been at work for 72 hours. You should definitely call the labor department.
Nurses don't have a labor.
Not 3 days straight.
I know what you mean.
But no,
I probably felt like it though.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Keep an eye on our socials and our handles, Ponies and mine and Brandon's, because
Birthday stream, mother truckers!
this guy's going hard with the streaming because
pumped.
I haven't been
me and
streaming
Pony
in
are
a
definitely
while.
going to be me and Pony are definitely going to be playing Sons of the Forest, and it may possibly multi-stream on Brandon's. I'm not sure.
That'd be fun.
So that would be keep an eye on that. Also, Brandon, like I mentioned, is going very, very hard with streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and
Sunday when it works.
Sunday when it works. At least Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot going on, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. There's going to be a true variety of streams coming out in the very near future. You're going to have us with Sons of the Forest. You have Brandon over there with Fortnite and all the Valorant and all the other games he plays.
I love Devour. Oh my gosh, we got to get on that. I love Devour. Do you play Demonologist? Oh, you have to. Oh my gosh. I have a chicken and a cat. You can buy pets. You can buy pets.
Power World. I'd rather catch my pets and turn them into slaves.
Oh my gosh. Though, I'm telling you though, I love those horror games. I love them. But seriously, Adrian, we gotta get you on Sunken Land. I'm telling you, both of you. It's so much fun. It's so addicting. You're gonna be on it forever.
I am testing Steel Hunters this weekend, and then I have so much gaming to do. So much gaming. Make sure you guys follow along because it's gonna be fun. I'm probably gonna get into some new stuff real soon.
To keep up with all those games, and to afford them, you have to pay those bills. Time to pay them bills. Yeah, and this is where the money falls from the screen and all that. Yeah.
Cha-ching. Money.
So we have two awesome sponsors, and they're above Pony's head. Pony's representing those sponsors above her head. So our first sponsor is StreamYard. This is what we're using, what we use to broadcast to you lovely people on. It allows you to broadcast, go live on different platforms at once if you want, to record internally and then post the stream later if you want to multi-streams. The world is your oyster with StreamYard. If you want to use StreamYard and save $10 off a pay tier, go to the description and use our link. It is an affiliate link. You'll be helping out the channel as well as helping out yourself. And when you're doing that, you're going to get thirsty. And Brandon, what would they need when they're thirsty?
Apex Energy. And if you don't want your powdered energy drinks to taste like toe fungus after you're done drinking it, make sure you go to apexenergydrink.com. Excellent flavors like cherry limeade and bomb pop. Don't forget Citrus Blast. Make sure you guys check them out. They're still out of stock. They will be coming back online. And when they do, there will be a new code, PWN, where you can save 20% off your order just for typing in awesome 3 letters that you watch all the time, because why wouldn't you? Come on now. But not only does that help you save 20% on your order, that helps us support the stream and the lives and all the recording you find people have been enjoying on all the platforms such as Apple, Spotify, Anchor, and wherever you download or digest your podcasts. So make sure you click that subscribe button, you click the comment button, you let us know how we're doing. And until next time, nerds, this has been Brandon 2K.
That Nerd ADC.
Pony Llama.
And as always,
guys.
As always, guys, keep it nerdy. We're out of here.
Right now.